Ebusia o manga na mu sensem na smart TV eboabo bia ne enso yabetena se e dia besom na mo nso modumadwenche ehye e wo comment section na de besi bia nso ya pense mu abɔ ho komo na sese ne nyina etimi awie peye e di ama we makwa abade di kan e de ba ye channel yi so afesi da se abanya mo nso moje bre e di hia ye yenso yetimi e di ensem abesom sanse eni ho a muni ho sanso e na musumuni ho ebusia yenso ye ni ho midi no e ba ko enana akosia adepa ensem bi ese twagu e wo social media so ni nyina e for manga na chese ebi fa ya manosem ho ebi fa ya fiefie nsem ebi nso e ye social media bi fu nsensem ya sabe yenko na chese yentwa ye ho e wo social media no so enko nsem fofa sabre asabo atwemi ba e betena se aka ho ase
levy MPP na de bae na leader a transfer who say baby the direction at which the purpose of the levy no de bae no sunsun sanso no bia nioma bi ho as a leader no o your junior kind say bit much changing a character traits of a leader great leader bia no take the necessary risk in outlining their vision what you say anything no leader John Mahama no ono ni vision no de bebe bia no enkoyie o hwe ono ankasa as a person any nioma waye under his tenure clearly say he doesn't know how to manage the affairs of the country. And when you look at the character of great leaders, visionary leaders, one of the attributes is that they are risk takers. What do you say? So Obejina no akase said you about abolish E11. Ghanaians should even know the direction of a new leader and where he's going. Okay, before say you share the way I will see by any or by as a vice president. Ninyoma waye and no would they compare the former president Nyoma waye and the leadership near the idea. President Mills who ye John Dramani Mahama be taking over as a vice president. Then somebody two and NDC was is trying to run away from President Akufo John Mahama clearly made it clear. Atanos we order yi paswa yenyi no kura amfankosi no. This was his statement here. And I can read a portion to
statement
you.
Here.
Or make his statement
on the floor of Parliament.
Not the floor of Parliament, the one that he was addressing his own party people about or no vision, any ideas, any odeba. Okay, say he's lucky to serve as a vice president under Mills. But as a leader, he has outlined his vision of making Ghana a better place.
Okay.
This is John Mahama. Kofi Adams was there. He was one of the key said me busa say na no kano na or diverti Kofi me busa na or diverti say or running away from Atamils. A dead man na wo ba bedi na de no na wo take you say one would have thought say he would say you will continue with the or say he will move and take a new path. New path no dey call dum so no remember so. New path no ena oma economy e running ya mo we nam no man ka dum pe no. That's the new path that we are talking about. So Baumia as a leader, was served as a vice president under the former president Kwadwo. Now there's a new chapter. Akufo vision or the man who as a vice president, the key role I would play. Vice President Ben since the Fourth Republic, and why is so functional and very effective than the Vice President Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia. We can compare John Mahama as a vice president when it comes to corruption. We can compare a sitting president, set up an investigative body to investigate John Dramani Mahama at Tamils, on issues to do with an aeroplane. Atamils set up an investigative committee. Papa Bakwan, a former army officer, or Tuan. These are facts. Can you say that about Dr. Bawumia as a vice president? A sitting president will set up an investigative body against him. Bibi science here. And you compare as we go along. No, Mami Emraso. Bawumia making serious statements about his achievement. Moka Kofi Adam tie kan economy ho asem. Now okay economy, now can the performance of the CDA. No are the economic indicators. Here, Bawumia made it clear, and I would like to read the exchange rate. We challenge the NDC on that. Meaning, and they say, one of the performance of the CD exchange rate. It is interesting to note that between 2013 and 2016, the CD, that is almost time, Kofi Adams more time, the CD depreciated by an average of 17.7%. Okay. Between 2017 to 2020, there was significant decline in the CD depreciation to an average of 7.5%. The average depreciation further declined to 6.8% between 2017 and 2021. However, following 30% depreciation of the CD in 2022, that is the highest. The average CD depreciation between 2017 and 2022 is 10%. So again, notwithstanding the global crisis and all the economic you perform better in terms of managing the city than the NDC. And I think Kofi Adams to come. These are the figures. Nkansah is not a better manager of the economy. John Mahama managed a depreciation of 17%, unprecedented in the Fourth Republic, the history of the Fourth Republic. And the figures, the figures don't lie. It's here.
But also,
he has invited.
Jadinia or ya okra money free amono ne deba. Ni no onim ye say under John Mahama. No the 4 Ghana cities and a copedo.
Can do 4 Ghana.
Under Nanado Danko Akufo. And he needs about 12 Ghana
then let's
cities.
go back to.
And now,
let's go back to Akufo's era.
Yes, certainly.
Let's go to Akufo's era.
Yes.
And let's see who has messed the city.
Yes,
no. If you want to go there, Akufo's time, the city was $1 against the dollar.
Yeah.
When NDC took over power, how was the city? It shot up to 5 point something percent.
So I don't to me also me say Ghana ni no to abade ma President Akufo based on the promise say Jomama mercy our exchange rate was expecting say obekwa koto dollar from 4 Ghana cedis to 12 Ghana cedis.
Yes, and there are indicators unprecedented in the history of Ghana. Global market, world crude oil shot up to 100%. Unprecedented. Let me quote a year about one of the World Bank leaders, or say, this crisis, a pandemic, global pandemic, this crisis is like no other pandemic in the history of the world. It doesn't know borders, and it has no respecter of the person, of any phenomenon. But it is more likely to be likened to the Great Depression of 1935.
Okay.
The dollar and the CD after global pandemic, air corner. And yet being the circumstance within which we find ourselves in. As here, the World Container Company, the container, if we are seeing the transport to Nyoma, it shot up to 150%. Within a year, container company, the container, a transport to Nyoma. And we are seeing a brand new woman, Papa. Even John Mahama, the time that he was a leader, and Ghana economy, running nosedive. The State of the Nation's address. He told the nation, said China, economic situation, of course, for China, and Ghana. And it was a State of the Nation's address. So is it justified that today he himself went and stood somewhere in the United States and made a statement as a global pandemic has a repercussion in the lives of the ordinary Ghanaian? And then he is the same person empowering Kofi Adams to veteran say Ghana for tum say sebi nyado the ekoso MPP Bawumia and Aba. And even at all, looking at the economic management, despite the crisis, despite the pandemic, despite everything, who are the better managers of the Ghanaian economy? They were running an economy of 3.5 to GDP. The time they left office. Today, as I'm talking to you, economy no saying echo to GDP ratio when you compare etiminua enyoma ye keka a Kofi Adam say kan wansem yamra dum so wansem a ode betu dwa a o kan wansem o kra de let's react to certain points that make it very important because there's a na area na babe interrogate Baumia's vision and in your modi to dwa they compare John Mahama dum so it will be a lie for anybody to tell me, sit here and tell me, say, NDC for the soul who do so. And I'll give you 3 examples. Listen, my brother, it's not just the these are facts. Go and check. Atwabo gas processing plant. MPP Adnan Bempah, who said, as a visionary leader under the leadership of Nana Addo Akufo, who said, gas produced to power generation was as low as 98 million cubic feet. And I'm giving you an example. We increased the capacity from 98 million cubic feet to 120 million cubic feet only at Wabo. When we, yes, you say, sir, a gas flow near Bano, they've already signed a contract with Sankofa gas contractor. Almost the most expensive gas contract in the world was signed by the NDC under John Mahama ENI Sankofa contract. $10 per MMBTU. Whether we like it or not, as a nation, we have to pay. Akufo Addo ne ba gas supply. Akufo Addo ne ba no, we have to combine Sankofa time and the Jubilee together. And what we call Sanzule tying all the gas pipeline together to shift power, to shift gas to the main Abuazi power generation for power generation. Let me tell you, give me a simple just 2 minutes. We increase capacity. We increase capacity from a combination of all the three to 350 million cubic feet of gas supplied to Abuazi. And then Takradi regulatory and metering station. Capacity ana efa me chano the engine doom so ejaye no capacity ana efa 109 million scarves
or say almost survey do so
me say no na make sure say gas to power generation na make sure no you increasing capacity in Takradi regulatory and metering station kwan you increasing capacity from 109 under NDC to 405 million scarves
mobile power 2017 na doom so ho
me city na they make sure gas to power generation. So listen very well. From there,
also
Abuazi
in 2017.
Yes, of course.
Now you were the ECG timetable. Yeah, they running to so Ghana.
Didn't you? And I make sure now because I say my mechanic so make sure technical processes. They go up doom so and they Ghana, and that's 350 million scarves. You increasing that capacity, you know. We were buying like crude $100 million additional to make sure say be power your thermal energy your thermal plant, you know, and then you feel the gas supply and the man increasing capacity. Let me tell you, car power we push gas into car power and we are getting 350 megawatts. West African gas pipeline was supplying gas to an eastern enclave, and no, you're pushing your pipeline from here to eastern enclave, and no mind almost about 120 million cubic feet of gas. I know almost about 600 megawatts of electricity. And no any the combination of car power transporting power to the eastern enclave to supply Asogli and the rest. Any a combination of other sources of interventions and no and a solve do so. Those times you hear a trouble processing plant shut off. When you shut it off, you will see that.
Yes.
And I'm saying no.
Near you see the timetable when they run doom so mobile.
Ye buy no capacity de abeka ho ama dum so kane ankane adum no eno na me boss wa kire wo no say a timely intervention of increasing gas supply gas supply for power generation oti ase eno ye one of the major interventions maka cho sanzule tying reverse flow from here to Atwabo from West Africa, from Western region to the Eastern Enclave. I did do Bempah from a supply guy. Say West African gas pipeline Shatta. Yeah, there's a gas flow for power generation, and no can be and ama do so consistent maintenance. It can be. And this annual Maya American a key NDC buying almost to me anye. Almost contract, one of the major contracts I did Kotobe Kumba contract. Derek Kofi Adam say ENI gas contract, the most expensive gas contract in the world was signed by under NDC. Etibaomiaka say when we push an agenda of going into a new dimension in the energy sector, making sure say solar become one of the major interventions in making sure we improve the energy sector. Okay. One of the key. And you know, where would you, when it comes to box to box, facts to facts, me better me the facts not all. Let Kofi Adams come and tell me say, Asema American, any other alternative for EB or me Ediaba. And you may catch on say key interventions help in solving do so. Oba Ghana card asema o kan ho asema.
No, I don't want this to shift to this, but let's deal with intra this because Nyama Bidre must be down to the minim.
Onsema o kan wa na me minim se na me no nya adwene o enso so metie Ghana card the o Ghana obi in 2009 ye kosan lie wo krofru minuan mo krofru mo tie me kosan lie say ye ma wo chit bi say Ghana card o koye ye be ma Ghana card under mills wo be kaya na wo kumasi a ye kodi lie me ne me maami kodi lie say ye kwa register Ghana card under the leadership of the NDC obi hu Ghana ni bi betima kire me say ye process Ghana card for Obia. And they be a pilot. They do piloting. No matter for a few people.
Okay. Maybe on my side. Maybe me receiving my Ghana card. I think somewhere in 2012. And fortunately for me call me new one with the number na me wo for me old one I think me either 2010 or 2012 no. And the same number and the man me for new one year me call ekoko ye. And for that one, I know say under President Mills, no, you issue Ghana card. That time,
never me personally. Okay. I'm using my personal experience. Okay. And we're talking about the entire nation. Okay. A bold decision. So we're quite okay. Say you should be how come millions of Ghanaians today come boast of. We're talking about NDC and MPP. You share leadership vision. Even granted, say they even wanted to issue a Ghana card. How many Ghanaians were able to get the card today? Almost about 17 to 19 million Ghanaian population can boast of Ghana card. And Ghana card out in area. There was so much confusion
30 seconds
everywhere in terms of this identity fraud in the system about Umiaka Wasemene or more under their leadership. Ghost names all over the place. I need pay Akufo, pay Wene, Ghana card Ukura under the visionary leadership of Baumia. Team number Ubi Bia also. I'll bet you there anything that you want to do.
Also, Bempah.
Yeah, can leave.
Abusia for into way and summer sabu abuapemu e wo social media so nti me na ebo mu ekohwebi nti ne de mo hwe no na wotie mu nsem na ado adwenche hia me e wo comment section sanse adwenche we eni ba Akufo esim de bia me kana me se esisu bio me se adwenche e te se ehwene he obi an de obi de so obi de etin obi de mu ba obi su de e katale an obi a ene ne hwin sanso ene obi a na adwenche nti no ebia na wo adwenche ne obi de ense sanso obi de so ene wo de ense na so ni na no chese ebege e wo comment section ni aboabo no na ye de bi aye futo ne bi nso no achese ehu de be de aka ina enso medasi bio so ojebre na wo de ehwe me ha es masibiso makao.
Hi, I am Edmund Smith, and I am with the Study Abroad Department at Dreams Consult. We assist potential students or clients who are willing to want to go and study outside the country. We are in partnership with most of the universities all over the world. You just have to meet the requirements from the school. And if you meet the requirement from the school, that is it. So we assist with the process for the application to the school, and then we also assist with the visa process. So just show interest and let Dreams Consult assist you in the process. Thank you.